Dahil araw ng mga patay today, ang pag-uusapan natin is relationship horror stories.
Yes.
So,
Oh my goodness.
Yikes!
Have y'all been in
Oh,
a
si Emman.
relationship, all of you?
Yes, I have.
Wow.
Go,
okay,
Chef.
ba yun kay, kay Kuya Kim?
My dad knows. But have you guys heard of situationships?
Yeah,
Yes.
we've talked about that on our on the past
Yun ang
episode.
pinaka-horror.
I don't have a relationship horror story, but I have a situationship horror story.
Ooh. Even better. Yeah.
okay. Horror story nga yan.
Okay, so do you want to share about your situation? Okay.
So I have a friend who used to live in the Philippines, but he moved to Australia. He's one of my closest friends. And now that he's in Australia, he introduced me to one of his friends who's born and raised in Australia. And then we started to talk and get to know each other a bit more. And we would call every day, message every few hours or every hour, something like that. Like we talked very, very, very often. And then we would always call at night. That was our thing. Every night we'd call. But then one night he's saying, I can't call, something happened. And I'm like, I'm really confused.
Horror.
Patay.
So he says something happened, and I'm very confused, but I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to be stressing him, saying like, what happened? Tell me everything now. You know what I mean? So I just gave him some time. And then after a while, he said one of the people he knows was beaten by their parents.
Oh.
And then the next morning, he tells me it was his ex, and his ex called him saying like, can you pick me up, like help me, blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
And then I was just like, I was, of course, a little bit uncomfortable because it was his ex.
Yeah.
And like, why did she call him out of all the people she could have called?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be like pushy or anything like that. So I just let it happen. I was just like, okay, just make sure she's safe, make sure she's okay. And then he tells me like he has to call her for a bit to like talk more about it and comfort her. And I'm just trying to be understanding.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just trying to be understanding because I don't know her situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
And then, tell more.
More.
I was getting really uncomfortable because he was starting to, because he always told me that his ex was crazy, that he didn't like his ex anymore, and then whatever I do, he'd always be like, oh wow, my ex would never do this, like you're so much better, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, there's that comparison.
Medyo red flag yan.
Yeah.
If trash talk yung ex, yung as in
Yeah.
trash talk.
Yeah.
Nababasa ko na eh. Kung ka pa,
Okay, go.
nag-enjoy ako.
Okay. So I sent him like a paragraph just saying like, you know, I'm not in this to be a side chick. I'm not in this to be an option or like to just be one of your hoes. I'm want to make it clear I don't want to be one
Playing
of the many.
around.
Yeah, one of the many. And so he said, yeah, you're the only person I'm talking to. You're the only person I like, blah, 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 blah. And then a few days later, his ex messages me on Instagram and says, hey, do you know blah, 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 his name? Or how do you know him? And then I say, oh, our friend introduced us. You're his ex, right? And then she leaves me on scene. A few hours later, he messages me saying, I'm sorry, I haven't been honest. We've been dating the entire time.
That
Bro.
must have felt horrible.
I know, for both me and the ex, who's actually his girlfriend.
Oh my god.
And I think he lied about the whole thing with his girlfriend, not ex, his
Yeah.
girlfriend and her parents,
Yeah.
and just said that so that he could call her more because
That's such a horrible lie to me.
I know.
Wait,
Oh,
so do
man.
you know if they kept dating after that?
I think for a bit afterwards, and then my close friend who's in Australia that introduced us told me they broke up recently.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Wait, so did you so you ended things immediately after that?
With the guy, I unadded him everywhere, blocked him everywhere, and I just didn't even bother to talk it out. There's nothing to talk out. He
Yeah,
lied. He's a
true.
cheater, and
Yeah.
I talked more with his girlfriend actually, so that I could make amends in a way. Tell her like
Aw.
I had no idea this was going on. I had no idea
Yeah.
that like you were still dating. He always told me that you guys were broken up, and we became like kind of chill afterwards.
Yeah, that's really nice. At least you two are kind of like okay.
Yeah.
Ako wala akong masabi dun sa lalaki. Bad boy.
In fairness sa kanya, magaling siya time management. Kinaya niya yung dalawa.
Mahirap
And during
yun.
this time, that guy was in Australia?
Yeah, he was in Australia.
Diba? May ano pa time difference pa.
Oh, LDR.
Magkaiba pa ng time. Kinaya niya yun.
Ang galing niya. May alarm siguro yun. No?
He has a schedule.
niya.
May shifting. Shifting.
NWF, TTHS. Okay.